Hello class, I'm Instructor Paige and welcome to CO120, Interpersonal Communication. I know a lot of you are thinking, what is interpersonal communication? What am I getting myself into? And I promise you that's all something we're going to cover very soon during week 1. But before we even get into that, I wanted to give you a quick orientation video to kind of give you an idea where everything is in the course. So I wanted to give you a quick, where everything is. And before we do that, the biggest part that I want you to understand is before you can see everything in the course, you first have to do the academic integrity. Now, going here is just saying yes or no that you understand what plagiarism or cheating is. If you do have questions about that, please reach out to me. I'm really happy to help. That's just to say, yes, I understand that I'm not going to cheat. I understand that's bad. And that way we can dive into the course. So by clicking on the weekly content, so over here you're going to see a lot of stuff on the left-hand side. And so forget about that for a moment and just scroll down to the course material. And then you'll click on weekly content, which is what your weeks 1 through 8 will be. And then at the very top, you'll see the academic integrity. And clicking on that is just a quick one-question quiz asking you, hey, do you know what cheating is? Once you do that, and I recommend pausing this if you haven't yet, pause the video and make sure to do that right away. And once you do, everything will open up to you. You'll be able to see more in the course. Now, you still won't be able to see everything. Right now, we're in what we call preview week. The class doesn't officially start until week 1, which is Wednesday. And so you'll want to check out the time and see the date. Right now, I'm using an older class. That way, everything's already in there and we have an idea of what's going on. Now, once week 1 starts, everything's going to open up to you. You'll be able to see your assignments. You'll be able to see your discussions. And right now in preview week, it's just to kind of get an idea of what's going on. I recommend during this time right now is getting your feet wet and going over here in the course information, click on syllabus. Now, I recommend doing this for all your classes. This gives you an idea of what's in the class, what textbook you're going to be using. It'll tell you objectives. That's just what we're aiming for you to learn. But the cool part is that it breaks down all the weeks. That way you can see, hey, I'm going to have a quiz. I'm going to have an assignment. And it breaks down all of it. And it also breaks down how everything is graded. Now, this is really big because later on you're going to see your midterm and your final. They're worth quite a bit in the course. Each week I'm going to give you a video and kind of give you a heads up of what I'm looking for, but it's really good in your classes to look at the grading policy. And so we will go back here because I am trying to make this quick. I know you are busy and I want to help you get ready for this class. And if we start and we're going to click on weekly content again, and this tells you where everything is. Now it's really fun, the course material. We have this cool academic misconduct thing. And if you go to weekly content, you'll be able to see the breakdown. We have a cool tab that does discussions. That way you can click there and each week you'll have a discussion due. Now there isn't an assignment tab, which is the biggest confusion I've had, is students really want an assignment tab there. That's something that the IT team is working on and I'm not sure if it'll be available. Instead, you'll want to go in the week we're in and you'll click on it. So imagine we're in week 1. And so I clicked on week 1 and it'll tell you a little bit about what the week's going to cover. It's going to tell you how to access your ebook. Now, that's another part. Ebooks is something new and sometimes it can be a little bit wonky. I'm not sure what's wrong with the technology. If you have trouble accessing your ebook, I recommend reaching out to your student advisor. Now, your student advisors, they are just brilliant. I love the team here at Grantham. We work together, your student advisor and your instructors, trying to help. If you have questions, we work together to see what's going on. But they've had training on how to use ebooks, how to figure out all the weird things that can go wrong. So in that sense, if you're having trouble accessing your ebook, reach out to them to see what's going on. You can still reach out to me, but I'm just going to reach out to them because they're able to access all that fun stuff. Now, right now, again, we're back in week 1. You can scroll through. You'll see what chapters to read. You'll be able to see this video. I know they're kind of long in the videos, but these help kind of break down everything we're learning for that week to help it make sense for your discussion and your assignments. Now, I recommend sometimes they can be a little boring, and so for me, I watched them and just kind of had it in the background. That way you're kind of hearing it, and I've had students had them going while they're cooking dinner for their family, and it's just something to kind of help get you started and understand the chapters. And the big part is your assignments are all the way at the bottom of weekly content, and so you'll be able to click and get an idea of what's going on. Another part is you will have a quiz each week. The quizzes are timed. There's only 10 multiple choice questions, but the big part is they are timed. I think you have just 60 minutes to complete them. As soon as you start the quiz, you click on this and you'll see it'll give you a begin. Now, once you begin, you can't go back. The timer starts and it just goes. You can click pause, but that's just to give you access to go out onto a new tab and look at an ebook or something. The 60 minutes goes as soon as you click. So as soon as you're ready for the quiz, you have to take it in that 60 minutes. There's no pause to go work on something. So I recommend doing that when kids are asleep or you know you have a long lunch break or something, which who has a long lunch break? But I recommend really being prepared to take those quiz when you know you have an hour to give a time to. And then another thing in this class, which is really funny, is it's called instructor page. So over here, this is what they call the instructor page for all your instructors. It's to tell you their name. And it's funny because my name is instructor page. That's actually my last name. It's spelled P-H-E-E, which is really confusing. Once you've had me as a teacher, that's all you're going to think about. I have students that still reach out. They're like, why is your name in all my classes? Well, that's just what Grantham calls them. Anyway, if you click on the instructor page on the left-hand side, you'll be able to see my email, my phone, how to reach out to me. Now, the phone is kind of tricky. It's like our ebooks, it works sometimes, but sometimes the phone is just kind of, I don't know why, it doesn't like to work for me. And so if you do call me, sometimes I can't call back right away and I have to work with IT, which is why I really recommend emailing me or Google Hangouts, which Google Hangouts is if you click on your Grantham email, you'll be able to see who's online, and that'll tell you your instructors. You can reach out to your SA sometimes, and using that is really fast, and it's kind of fun. And then it tells you my office hours. Now, those are the set times that I'll be on, but to completely honest with all of you, I'm always on. I've had students, this is like a weird time. They make me do it during the day, but it really helps, if you're at night, because sometimes you work during the day. And if you do have questions, I promise you, I have the email. It goes to my phone. That way I'll be able to see if it's an emergency and get back to you as soon as I can. I do live sessions sometimes, or I have meetings. So sometimes it does take me a little bit to get back to you, but I promise you I'll do it as quickly as I can, because I know it's stressful and I don't want you to feel alone. And then other parts, it gives you my little breakdown of who I am, why I'm teaching this course, which we will go into week 1. I just wanted to give you a quick overview for your orientation. Now, the last couple things, after you're able to see the syllabus and what you're expecting, is I recommend there's another tab. This is under the course materials. So again, I'll go to the top so it's a little clearer, because I'm going kind of quickly, I'm sorry. If you click on supplemental materials, this is something in all of your classes. If you don't know this yet, this is a place where your instructor, so myself, puts things in there to help you. Now this is kind of scary. Everyone looks at this part because you'll be able to see uploading speeches first. In this class, during week 7, you will have a speech video assignment. That's intimidating, but during that week, I'm going to give you tips. I'll give you an announcement. I'll do a live session to really help you walk through that. But in here, the supplemental, these are some guides on how to upload your videos and how to do it and not feel too intimidated. I recommend, right now, I'm using this session, I'm using Screencast-O-Matic. That way the video is just a small little thing on the right. That way you're able to have that, and you can have a PowerPoint, or you can have, a website open, whatever you need. That has helped tremendously during week 7. It helps you feel more confident because the screen is kind of small, and it's easy to use, and it's free, and it's just a fun site, which again, I'll get into during week 7. But on that note, for week 7, you do need a webcam. And yes, I say webcam, not a cell phone, is because Grantham wants you to have that webcam because you'll be needing it for future classes as well. So having a webcam, which can be built in at the top of your computer or bought separately. If you have that, that helps week 7 flow way easier, and it helps with future courses. You're going to need it for a proctored exam, and don't worry about that yet. I probably just scared you off. But anyway, during the supplemental over here, you'll see different guides, and I put templates sometimes because the assignments are a little confusing. And if they are confusing, that brings me to the biggest part. This is overwhelming. You don't know. The big thing, as soon as you get in your class, you've taken that, click on announcements. Now, I send these to your Grantham email as well. That way, if you can't check in the class right away, you can check your email and see what's going on. And so in your announcements, I do cute little emojis of me. Sorry, it's something silly. Sometimes I do live videos, but it kind of breaks down what's going on and how to use everything and what to expect. So your announcements, it'll tell you what chapters, what week we're on, and the biggest part is I give you tips of what to expect in the class. Now, I put a lot of effort into these announcements to make sure you succeed. I'm not going to lie, the assignments are a little bit confusing, which is why in my announcements I'll tell you, hey, this is what you're going to want to do. That way you know what's expected and you'll succeed. On all that, this is just a breakdown of the class. Again, remember, this is just a preview week, which means you're just able to look over what to be expected. And so I recommend, clicking on that syllabus to kind of see everything going on. Click on everything in the class, click on the announcements, click on supplemental, whatever you need. And if you do need me, I'm here. Please reach out to me. Email is great. That way we can keep track. If you email me, hey, I'm going to be submitting late, or I have a question on a quiz, that way we can keep it and be like, hey, here you go. It's really easy. If you have questions, reach out to me. I promise you I'm here, and I'm here to help you succeed, and I'm happy to help. I'm excited, and welcome to Preview Week. I'll see you during week 1.